In the cozy little town of Bumblebridge, there resided a peculiar man named Norman. Now Norman was no ordinary man. Oh no, he was a remarkable specimen of misfortune, a veritable disaster artist, if you will. If there was a soup to spill, a foot to trip over, or a pair of trousers to accidentally set aflame, you could bet your last biscuit Norman was your man. On one particularly sunny afternoon, Norman and his faithful canine companion, Mr. Wigglesworth, took a jaunt to the park. Spotting a group of youngsters playing frisbee, Norman felt a sudden burst of enthusiasm. He took the frisbee, aimed, and with all the grace of a headless chicken, launched it into the air. The frisbee, however, had other plans. It veered off course, ricocheted off a tree, and made a beeline straight into a mud puddle. The children erupted in giggles, Mr. Wigglesworth barked in surprise, and Norman, now a mud monster, laughed heartily at his own predicament. But our hero Norman was not one to be discouraged. Covered in mud but high in spirits, he continued his walk, passing by a local bakery. The smell of fresh bread was too much for his rumbling stomach. He decided to pop in for a croissant. As he was admiring the delectable pastries, he failed to notice a slippery spot on the floor. With a swift slide, he executed an unplanned pirouette, narrowly avoiding a cupcake massacre. Grasping for something, anything, to steady himself, his hand found a tray of croissants. The tray took flight, and the bakery transformed into a battlefield of flying pastries. The initial shock soon gave way to laughter. Norman, now a spectacle in frosting and croissant crumbs, looked up sheepishly. The baker, tears streaming down his face from laughter, just waved it off, asking Norman to pay for the croissant he had devoured. As he exited the bakery, Norman felt a wave of contentment. Sure, he was a disaster magnet, a Calamity connoisseur, but he was also a bringer of joy. His knack for turning mundane situations into comedic gold brought laughter to those around him, and he wouldn't change that for the world. Because when all is said and done, isn't laughter far more precious than perfection?